Great effort, all of you. Great effort. Each is progressing in their own way, and it's great. Continue. Perseverance is the key. Not how well you do it when you first start, but it's perseverance and try to develop whatever you have to whatever you're going to be. What I want to do is just go over some of the basics when we do the 10 form. And it applies to a lot of the basics of Tai Chi. You can learn all the different sequences and where the arms and legs go, but there are some basic things that you need to have. One of it is you have to stay in sort of a Tai Chi posture. You cannot come from this position, come out, ward off, and you're out of Tai Chi position. Okay? You don't want to be too far out so that your central power is out in left field somewhere. There is no power when you're out here. It's done. Okay? So, with the grasping the bird's tail, the first movement is ward off. And most of us, by the time we get to this position, we're petered out as far as what the intention of this maneuver is. This maneuver is to say, this is my perimeter wall. You will not get in here, you will not get in here. But when we go out here, we lose the power. So it's from this position, stand out, here. That's about as far, maybe some people can go this high, but this is as far as you can go, okay? And the feet are flat. Not this way, 1 foot up, 1 foot. Remember, the key to your stability is being flat on the ground most of the time, or at least one leg has to be substantial, and you never see a substantial position on the toes. They are down flat. You may see something like this, insubstantial. Insubstantial can be any old way because there is barely any weight, but everything is stuck here. So you cannot, one here, both feet are down. You don't want to be this way because one, you're out of Tai Chi position, and two, you're even asking for more instability, even though you say, I am substantial here, but you're out of posture as opposed to straight up, okay? And in the 10 form and in other form, one of the basics is make sure you maintain substantiality. You distinguish between the substantial and the insubstantial, because that's the key. In the 10 form, you're in this position and you spend your time doing this, okay? Substantial, twist form, substantial still, okay? But you're placing your foot in different ways, and in order to allow that to happen in the way you want, you have to keep your substantiality long enough so you can place the foot where you want to do, when you want it. In the 10 form, we do this, and the key is stay here on this side, and then take the time to turn out, away from here, because otherwise you don't make a proper L form. Yeah? This is not a proper L form where you just slop right here. And that's the temptation when you don't say, I got to stay home. You could if you were doing it, but then you would still be doing it in proper substantiality, and you intentionally drop here. What happens then is you transfer your form. That's okay. This is okay. But the minute you try to do this, you're not too stable, and you're not able to deliver your power in a perpendicular position. You need to substantial, stay home substantial, step out and to the back. So you have a proper L form so that when you come out, comes forward, what happens to my shoulder? I can square to that direction. So in that sense, keep substantial until you can place the foot where you want to place it. Okay? And don't go way out here. If you think from a martial arts standpoint, if you're way out here and somebody punches you here, it's a lot longer distance to get from here to here than from here to try to get somebody to block them. So that's the practical aspect. But we're not teaching that. But just as a guideline, all your movements are around this little halo, not farther out here, not out here, just about here, okay? Another thing is peculiar to grasping the bird's tail. Yeah? Step out here. You can turn, you should turn your waist, but you don't have to go way out here. When you go way out here, what happens? Same principle. The guy can attack you from 3/4 and you're in bad trouble, versus you're from here, turn a little bit, and the intention of this maneuver is not to, it's here, form my wall, I'm going to change my hand position, and all I have to do is turn my waist to get, so I can grab the person, grasping the bird's tail. You grab the opponent's wrist, you grab his elbow, and then from there you pull him right down. And you turn and you pull him down using your body, not, you grab, not quite straight arm, but this is coming down a little bit. A lot of it is coming with your body. Okay? Here, turn, push out, come down, but don't lose your power this way. Come down, up. See, you expended the effort to come down. Sit back, right? Sit back. Your power, you're coiled here. So if you go this way, you sort of lose the energy. Here, you're already coiled to just rock it right up. Okay.
So I want to just show you another way of what the points that Ken mentioned. So he sees a lot more going on than I do at this point, but you can see what's happening. 2 feet are on the ground, one forward, 145, which is fine. But what happens? If I follow my, okay, 2 things, okay. One, if I follow my forward hand, I've lost my finger, my backbone, and I've tilted it forward, so I'm going to fall. So how do you rectify that is keep your Tai Chi posture straight up. Knee never went beyond the toe. Once the knee goes beyond the toe, I'm going to fall. Okay, that's one. And then he pointed out something really important, okay? See if you can follow me with really good observation and hearing. When you take an L stance, do not flatten this foot and do not transfer the weight. The energy you did nicely by storing it in the back foot, and you showed me by flexing. This is not storing energy, and I think we've gotten away with it. This is storing it. The energy has to come through the whole system and then out. It cannot. This is an insubstantial, weightless foot. All we're doing is coming out and to the side on an L, but the energy is still here. You cannot flatten this foot because the energy has to come this way and out, then this way. But the reason why I'm going over this is because if you should flatten first and then move, you're going to have knee problems. So how does that work? This is the insubstantial. You keep it insubstantial until the energy grows through your system. If you come out here and then in the process flatten this thing, you're torquing your knee by turning it this way. You want to keep the knee as free as possible, then to transfer and come down. But once you give up that weight and come down, this knee is stressing to come down and turn. So understand that and then just take it simply. That when you're on a T, can you follow me? If when you're on a T, You root it down on the right. The insubstantial is the left foot that has no weight and only foot that can move until the energy comes around and gives it energy. Weightless foot, T stance. L stance, the energy has to travel through the core and then it comes down. Then it sits back, then it twists, it roots down, it takes its turn to store the energy. Right becomes a weightless foot, it comes out on an L, energy transfers through the system, and then it flattens down. So you say, I know that, that's what we've learned. But what happened is that in grasping of the bird's tail, you're now emphasizing what you have to do. You have to ward off, you have to turn, you have to reposition, you have to do this and you have to do that. So what happens? Your feet give way. So go back to the feet work and keep that really, really strict, and then put your upper body to work. Okay, so as you can see, that in an hour's time, there's still stuff to learn, still stuff to know and to correct. But that's the nature of Tai Chi. It's ongoing for all of us, no matter how long we've been doing Tai Chi. I can give you many, many examples, and people in excess of 30, 40, 50 years are still learning. So what does this tell us? It's an ongoing journey. We're learners for life, okay? And with the more we learn, the better we are in gaining benefits. And it's okay for what you have now, but just make sure that you are laying a good platform and building on it, okay?